Welcome, everybody, to an episode of Change Starts With Us, Ohio. Today, we're with Frank P. Wood from Richland Correctional. Welcome, Frank.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. I hear you are under the weather for a little bit.
Yeah, everything, it went from sinusitis to some bad food to COVID-19 hit this facility. But little by little, everybody's recovering. It's a slow process, but
Right.
I'm glad to see people up and about again.
Right.
It was not a good time. As
No.
for myself,
Yeah.
hey, I'm back on, not exactly on top, but I'm back in the 80% range.
That's all that counts. We want to do a quick summary of your past YouTubes and then go forward. So if you want to just do a brief overview.
Sure.
Yeah.
So everybody knows we've been talking about a case that came out of Medina County, state of Ohio, versus Frank P. Wood. That's me. Case number 05CR0365. Back in 2005, I was tried in the courthouse of Medina in the courtroom of Judge Christopher J. Collier. Former Medina County prosecutor Ed Eisenhower wrongfully tried my case, and she was assisted by former Medina City Detective Mark Kohler. Everything Jim and I have been talking about is published on my website, www.freefrankpwood.com, and you can look me up at Free Frank P. Wood at Facebook. And right now, everything that we've been discussing for the last several weeks has been based upon state court and public records, and everything is verified by affidavit on my website. And every affidavit I've ever submitted regarding this case in the last 15 years has gone uncontested by the Medina County Prosecutor's Office. I was wrongfully accused of raping a 9-year-old girl, and I was wrongfully accused of unlawful sexual contact with a minor. And I'm like, whoa. So push come to shove, eventually we wrote the book, A Blueprint for Wrongful Imprisonment, and that's what's published on the website with various other documents. And for the last several phone calls, Jim, if you recall, we've been discussing the Medina County's leading expert, Dr. Suzanne Lejeune,
Right.
of Cornerstone Psychological Services. Her initial diagnosis of both girls while investigating them for sexual abuse with me as the state's theory of perpetrator. Her initial diagnosis was adjustment disorder. That's it. Then she was awarded a contract through the Medina County Commissioner meeting in November of 2004.
Right.
And where she received public money, tax dollars, through a contract with Medina County Job and Family Services to provide free counseling to sexually abused children in Medina County. Well, once she got that contract, all of a sudden everything became sexual abuse. Here's the funny part. She changed her diagnosis, Jim, but she never said why. And tonight I'm hoping we can finish up with her, because I got a few pieces of information, and I am extrapolating data right from chapter 30 in my book. That entire chapter is dedicated just to her. She's a brain butcher and a hack. Dr. Dawn Lord and Sandra McPherson have challenged her protocols, and if you recall the last time we spoke, which was a while ago, sorry about that, a little under the weather, she actually admitted she lied to the children to get them to talk.
Wow.
So trust has been violated. That's it. And she's never testified for a defendant. She never even interviewed me. And when you hear what I have to say tonight to pick up where we went.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
It's horrifying. Because where I want to pick up, Jim, is this is the crazy part. If she told these children, on transcript page 403, which is published on my website, she told these children everything she says to her is private. Really? Well, it wasn't. We found that out real quick. And if you recall, Judge Collier illegally suppressed her psych report before trial. I never saw it. My lawyer never saw it. We had no idea what was in there. So anyways, if you really think it through, if she went from sexual adjustment disorder to county contract to sexual abuse, how do you think the line of questioning went? Not who did what to you. Pretty much, what did Frank Wood do to you? What else did Frank Wood do? Did
Right.
Frank Wood do this? Did Frank Wood say that? That's how all this went. Nobody wanted to interview me from the state. Nobody, because they knew it was bullshit. And that's bad. That's really bad. So, with her diagnosis having changed and her misguided investigation, I was going through my notes today. This is amazing. Let's see here. Dr. Lesureur's testimony regarding the alleged rape victim is void of the girl saying, Frankie raped me. But wait a minute. This girl told Children's Services in Akron Children's Hospital, my mommy told me Frankie raped me. Why did she say this to the doctor? You follow me? The doctor wasn't told everything by this girl because she was... See, Jim, people lie to hide, gain, and or protect someone or something. This girl was lying because she was scared. And I'm going to show you. Now, and also the girl testified that she was sexually assaulted in Put Bay, Ohio while she was with her dad, quote, the 2 days before, end quote, my birthday, end quote, not at Frank Wood's house. Wait a minute. She never told the doctor this. She never told the doctor the date she was sexually assaulted. Why? It gets much better. Now, and also, in the transcripts I found out where, remember how I told you Judge Collier called Danielle Sadowski, who I had the affair with and had the baby with? That was the motive. That's why they set me up. No one wanted to listen. She forgot to mention, because she said, the girl's never been in counseling. But it came out during her trial that the girl was previously in counseling with the same doctor. So the judge called her not truthful in her testimony and continued to let her testify. That is court acknowledged and state utilized perjury. My case is supposed to be automatically thrown out. But the higher courts, nepotism, favoritism, fraternity, they protected them. And I'm not happy about it. No one should be happy about it. Tax dollars are paying for this still. Now, there was also another doctor out of Medina. The girl was previously treated by a Dr. Natalie Jedisek, who never testified. Why? No extended friends or families testified. They kept it just down to the accusers and the alleged victim. They were very careful because family would have known the truth. That's why. And the people that did this, that were involved, made sure they never saw the courtroom. Like Uncle Ryan, who molested his own niece right in front of me, and who had raped his own sister, my former wife, Robin Spencer Spielman. He was in Florida during trial. They didn't know he was going. Anyhow, I wouldn't mind a case match with him right now, but that's for another time. Now, there's a few other things that were very discerning. Let's see here. And Scott Sadowski, this is funny. He said the girl had always been in counseling. Because if you recall, the poor girl was taken from her legal biological parents and placed with Grandma Alice in Cuyahoga County for some unknown abuse. Then the girl was taken by Children's Services in Cuyahoga County from Grandma Alice due to another form of unknown abuse. Nobody would talk about what it was, and no one from Cuyahoga County was brought in to testify. Right? This is bad, Jim. They
Right.
have a lot of things, man. And a lot of stuff I'm telling you was testified by the doctor for a year. That means it was not mentioned in front of the jury. The jury never heard this. They didn't know. Oh wait, well it's going to get so much better. Now the funny part is this. I'm reading right from my book, self-contradicting her own testimony. Danielle must have forgotten Now Danielle said she never made allegations of sexual abuse.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
Right out of her sick, twisted mouth. Remember, that's the same woman that said Frankie raped you. Okay? She's sick. She went down to the Montville Police Department on 2 separate and distinct occasions to file rape charges against me under the orders of Scott Sadowski. While Danielle and I were living together. Okay? The first time. So that was transcript page 169 through transcript page 170. Now hear me out. The 2 dates were October 20th, 2004 and January 11th, 2005. Now Montville terminated the case against me twice. Okay? Montville proffered no evidence against me during trial. And when they tried to bring in the police report from Montville, Judge Collier illegally suppressed this evidence because it stated why they terminated the case against me. They were afraid. He illegally suppressed Dr. Lesureur's testimony, report, and this one. Wow. And I want to say something right now, right out of my book, page 254. A word to those who did this to the girls and to me. You knock on hell's door long enough, sooner or later, hell is going to answer. They have one coming, Jim, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. Now, let's see here. This is just fascinating. I'm telling you, Joe, it's amazing. Let's see here. Now, you need to understand. If you add up everything during trial,
You have 1 minute remaining.
if you put all the testimony in chronological order that the events occurred, that's what I had done.
Okay, make sure you call back too, brother.
Oh yeah. You can see that these poor girls were confused and abused before I ever met them. Okay? That's key. Brother Jim, I'm going to hang up and call right back right now.
Sounds good. As you can see, there are innocent people that are like that. This is really, sad that our government allows this. He should be calling back any minute now.
Hello. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Hey, Jim.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'm going to keep going forward, brother, so hopefully we can finish up the celebrity roast of Dr. Lesueur.
Right.
On the stand, when Dr. Lesueur was asked who made the allegations that I had actually committed the rape or the sexual assault on that alleged victim,
You're right.
this is Dr. Lesueur's direct response. Both the mother, that's Danielle Sadowski, and the child reported that Frank Wood was the person who was involved with the sexual abuse.
Right.
I want you to know something. Pay very close attention. That is the court declared untruthful Danielle. Now, when you look at children's services, when you look at their records and their testimony, Danielle was present during the interview. When you look at the Montville Police Department statements
Right.
for all the reporting, Danielle was present.
Right.
And when you read
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
when you read the paperwork from Akron Children's Hospital, it was Danielle. At all of these hearings, Scott admitted under oath that he took no action. He stepped out of the picture. And this is a serious problem.
Right.
And this is something that took a lot of research. So please try and follow me on this, okay? Let's see here. Scott carefully lurked in the shadows and avoided all alleged reporting and interviews. But he was the hero of the family. See, you got to understand, if you go to my book and download Exhibit 11, Who or What Destroyed the Sadowski Marriage, Danielle favored her son. She had no desire to be with this girl. Scott brought this legal guardian child into the household against Danielle's wishes. That's one of the reasons she wanted to leave him. Okay? Understand this. Now, let's see here. I'm going to go a little further here. Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, yeah. One second here. Make sure I got this. Okay. Now, as we go forward, remember, in the courtroom of Judge Kevin Dunn in Medina County in February 2014, Danielle, she had remarried and had her new husband illegally adopt my son.
Okay.
He doesn't know about me, so he did not make an informed decision. That's kidnapping. So that proves that Danielle will harm the minds of children for her own cursed vanity. Understand this, please. This woman is dangerous. She lied to Scott, Detective Kohler, Dr. LaJour, the court, the prosecutor, the girl, me, Children's Services, Akron Children's Hospital, the grand jury. What did she say to the grand jury? Because everyone testified I wasn't there. And who knows who else to accomplish this. Now, I need to shift over to this is how trial went. Fast and confusing, back and forth. The alleged GSI victim, okay? Dr. LaJour testified this girl had multiple male figures in her life. What was the problem? Who were they? Why were they not interviewed by Detective Kohler, Children's Services, or Dr. LaJour? Did they have criminal backgrounds? I don't know. Have they ever been accused of sexual abuse? Were they ever abused themselves? Nobody knows. And this is important because Dr. LaJour proceeded without this information. Okay? In other words, hack work. That's what she did. And guesswork. I'm here on guesswork, man. That ain't cool. Two bastards run free, and I'm in here. I'm not happy. Now, this poor kid said he was hurting me, but I wasn't there. So who's he? Do you understand? I would love to get my hands on those two individuals. Now, plus the use of force was unindicted. Why? Because it wasn't me. Now, my former wife testified to the contrary, how great I was to everybody. I'm like, what? Where did this come from? You know? So, now, we'll go a little further ahead here. Here we go. Now, regarding this poor girl, my lawyer asked her, and this is right from the transcripts, page 427, line 13 through 19. In the events that she described to you, when did they happen? Dr. LaJour answered, you know, I'm not sure I have the dates. My lawyer said, so you don't know? And the doctor answered, I don't have the dates. They didn't even have a date to investigate. The indictment says Medina County. There's not even a crime scene mentioned. If you don't have the date, you don't have the location, how do you identify a perpetrator? You can't. And then she testified twice, and she doesn't even recall being at a crime scene with me. And I'm here. See the issue? I'm a little fired up right now. Now, that is in Exhibit 3 in my book. People can read that. You know, no problem. turn another page here, Jim. Kind of give everyone the highlights so they can see this is.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
According to my former wife's testimony, there were her, the poor girl, the detective, and two other gentlemen from Children's Services at the interview. And those two gentlemen from Children's Services did not testify against me. Why? Because there was no credibility. They wanted nothing to do with the case. Keep that in mind. And here is the kicker. Right from transcript page 428, and I'm reading from page 262 in my book. While being interviewed with me as the end in mind, Dr. Lejeune concluded that KS, this is the initials of the alleged GSI victim, and here's the quote, didn't have a lot of symptoms. Did you catch that? How can you be interviewing her and asking her if I committed a crime, but she had no symptoms about me? Do you think a professional psychiatrist would have caught that? I did. Now, this is just amazing. And again, same with this girl. One of the stressors was a change in different male people in her life. Transcript page 429. That's the second time Dr. Lejeune mentioned that this girl had multiple men in her life, and none of these men were interviewed. To put it bluntly, Dr. Lejeune had a thread of information and she missed it. Or did she deliberately ignore it because she was getting paid? Remember, this is RICO now, Racketeer Influence Corrupt Organization. That's a county contract. Those are state tax dollars. This is an FBI matter. And I definitely want to go forward with the FBI. Now, let's see here. And at that time, her mother had a new fiance. Why wasn't he interviewed? I have no idea. Does he have a criminal background? No one knew. So, Dr. Lejeune's performance was nothing less than financially biased incompetency and uninformed ineptitude. That's how she functioned. Now, for verification, Dr. Lejeune never looked into those people, right? And all those people existed in this girl's life between July and September of 2004, at the time of the reporting. But she's saying that this happened when she was 4.5 years old. But she couldn't identify me as a perpetrator or a crime scene. But yet, she somehow, with coaching, she narrowed down to July and September of 2004 during an interview with the psychiatrist. Really? That's a crock of crap and they know it. Now, let's see here. And getting back to the alleged rape victim, remember, I had to sue the grandparents to get custody of her and give her back to my former wife. Attorney Green asked her this. This is transcript page 429. Were you aware of the stressor, I guess it would be, of the change in custody of her from her grandparents to her mother? And Dr. Lejeune answered, no. She had no idea of all the civil protection orders. I filed 11 of them against that family. 11 of them. Okay, these are police records. And she had no idea about the custody battle in Florida. None whatsoever. She had no idea that Robin's former brother, Uncle Ryan Spencer, kicked her 2-year-old daughter down into the garage. She had no idea of any of this. She was completely blind. Now, let's see here. Crucial information was deliberately withheld from her because it verified motive, established a solid time frame, living arrangements, and it placed the girl with Uncle Ryan on the dates of the indictment. That's the problem.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
I'm going to go forward, Jim. Sorry, it's a lot of
okay.
information to throw at you, and I hope everybody's keeping up with me. So Dr. Lejeune had no complete histories. Okay? And now remember I told you, listen to this. Regarding the girl and my former wife, Dr. Lejeune testified, I think in style of coping that she uses habitually. Her mother, in giving her history, reported a similar coping mechanism of her own. That is because the girl and the mother were abused by the mother's brother, Uncle Ryan, in the same house. It's intense, man. Intense. Now, let's see here. Oh, I hope we got enough time to finish this tonight, Jim. There's some serious information. Now, this is great. This is the prosecutor jumping at the judge. Transcript page 431. Mr. Green, my former lead counsel, is aware that Dr. Lejeune has information that was filed concerning sexual activity between the girl and her brother. And I want to make sure that he does not elicit that from the witness, because I had not advised this witness not to talk about it. Wait a minute. There was apparently a sexual event between this girl and her legal guardian brother, okay, in July of 2005. But the event, now Danielle was living with me and never told me about this, and she reported it. Now, back in January of 2004, okay, I'm sorry, earlier that year, it would have been 2004, the year prior, year and a half, Danielle called me hysterically saying that she found that girl naked with this little boy fondling him behind Danielle's bed. And that was reported to Children's Services too. I knew about the first incident. I didn't know about the second one. Very deceitful woman. She is not to be trusted. Now, this is what's funny, because when the girl could not, hang on, let me go forward here. The alleged rape victim was in the habit of picking at her skin. Okay, that's a sign of anxiety and long-term abuse. Now, and my lawyer asked her, were you aware that she was doing the picking before the alleged event with me? And Dr. Lejeune said, yes. So in other words, she's been picking at her skin due to stress and abuse for years before she met me. This is in the transcripts. Okay? But no one wanted to listen to me. No, can't have that. They're going to have to listen now. Okay, we talked about how the girl was abused in Grandma Alice's home in Cuyahoga County. I'm going to go forward a little bit. Yes. This girl's, eventually Dr. Lejeune upgraded the alleged rape victim's initial diagnosis of adjustment disorder allegedly to post-traumatic stress disorder because she was having intrusive memories. These are intrusive memories of sexual abuse prior to meeting me, and that is why Judge Collier suppressed Dr. Lejeune's report before trial. Okay? That's important. Going forward. Now, remember.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Jim, we're not going to have enough time to finish.
Well, we will do part 20.
Say again?
We'll do another part sometime this weekend.
Yeah, we need one phone call. We can finish Dr. Lejeune. People really need to know what happened.
Okay.
And, listen, I want to tell you thank you. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And good luck on Saturday.
Well, thank you, Frank. And let the guys know we're praying for them and fighting for them.
Sorry, Jim. Hard to hear you.
Okay, let the guys know there that we're praying for them and we're fighting for them.
Oh, I do. Believe me, I do. I spread the word as much as I can. I do, Jim, and I'm grateful for you giving me a voice in this matter.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you so much, Frank.
All right, be safe.
Okay, bye-bye. Everybody have yourself a great, great evening.